Not too far away from kickoff then at the Stuttgart Arena. Predominantly red around this fantastic venue. Looks like the Danes are going to have the majority of the support. The two teams are in the tunnel. Tash, what's going through their minds at this point?
Focus, yeah, I think it's key. I think if you look at some of the games, you like, for instance, Scotland, nervy, edgy. So here they need to try and just calm their nerves, try and see it as another game as much as you can. But this first game is really important. First goal is key, starting the game well is key. But here, just to try and keep as calm as you possibly can, get in the zone, what's your targets for the game today? One or two things that you've really focused on as a player, making sure you win your first tackle, you complete your first pass. But this is always the worst part. You just want to get out there and get the whistle blowing. Yeah, we've seen a feast of goals. The worry for us is we're going to be the ones and put the mocker on it. I don't think they will. I think there will be plenty of goals this afternoon. I want to ask you about the fact now that third place teams can get through, because that opens up a little avenue, doesn't it, that wasn't there previously, and it's going to be a good opportunity. Both these sides will fancy that they can come third and maybe progress at the very least. Absolutely, and I think for many teams it's going to be about goal difference now, trying to keep the goals down, so keeping it a tight game. Defensively, you don't want to be conceding a lot of goals. Again, I go back to Scotland and how disappointing that was. So yeah, you're spot on. I think you look at this group, I think it really is an open group. England are heavy favourites, but apart from that, I honestly can see any of them three teams progressing. Yeah, earlier on in Group D, you heard it live on Talksport. Poland 1, the Netherlands 2. Cody Gakpo and Wout Weghorst with the goals that saw them overcome an early deficit. So the Netherlands are off and flying. And coming up later tonight, England begin their Euros campaign. Over on Talksport, Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot, and the former England captain Stuart Pearce, our commentary team for that one. Looking forward to it. Another triple header of action tomorrow as well. Romania take on Ukraine, Belgium against Slovakia, and Austria, France all start their campaigns. The game's coming thick and fast across the Talksport network. If you've got the Talksport app, you'll not miss any of it. You can swipe left and right between Talksport and Talksport 2. The teams coming out then here. It's a lovely day in Stuttgart. Perfect for a great game of football, but who will get their campaign off to a flying start? Will it be the experienced Denmark, or will it be the tournament newbies? Just a second outing at the Euros for Slovenia. They picked up 2 draws at Euro 2000, yet to win, and their fans are here hoping they're going to see a little bit of history. What will be the Slovenian game plan, do you think, opening 15-20 minutes, Tash? Stay in the game. I think it's really important. Will they come out lively? Will they go? But I just think they aren't favourites here today. So for me, be defensively tight like they have done when I've seen them in the friendlies and in obviously qualifying, and then really try and then gain momentum and go from there. Anthem sung with great pride by players and fans alike. Now the turn of Slovenia.
be as many Slovenians in the Stuttgart arena, but they were belting out the anthem there with great pride. Just their second outing here, and a proud moment for their country. Great gaming prospects here, great crowd. The start of Group C. England will play both these two teams over the next few days. What an atmosphere, what a start to this tournament.
Absolutely, and I think we're looking at the stadium, there's more red shirts than white for sure, but that is not going to stop this Slovenia team. They love being underdogs. You know, you listen to the press conferences from the manager Kek, you know, he loves that underdog feel, and he says bring it on. You know, he's seen many smaller nations defeat the bigger nations, and I think every player loves an underdog, every fan loves an underdog. They've got nothing to lose today. Go out, enjoy yourself, express yourself. These are one-off games that you might never get the opportunity to have again.
Yeah, Swiss official in the middle, Stefan Almeida, one of the assistants, Sandro Scherer, the man in the middle here today. Hopefully we won't be talking about the officials as Kasper Schmeichel comes up in his green goalkeeping strip for the pre-match formalities here. Two great goalkeepers as well. Jan Oblak, of course, of Atletico. What a goalkeeper he is. And well, Schmeichel might be getting on in years. He's still at the top of his game. Two of the best in the business.
Absolutely, yeah, 101 caps for Schmeichel. Captain of the team, obviously, with Simon Kerr not being there today, and key. You know, you can't buy experience. We talk about the likes of, you know, your Erikssons, your Schmeichels, Højbjerg. That is going to be vital. And then you've got people like Højlund with their first international tournament. I think it's a really nice balance today for Denmark. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting for Rasmus Højlund. We know all about him from his time, of course, with Manchester United. He got off to a flying start, didn't he, in the qualifying campaign. No goal in 4 for Denmark, so he'll be keen, as all the strikers, as you know too well. You want to get that first goal.
Oh, you do, absolutely. It's key. You know, that's why he's in this team, to score goals. But what I love about him as well is, yes, he's a goal scorer, but also he'll work hard for the team. He will run all day, constantly, and he's going to be a pain for this Slovenian team.
Yeah, we're about to get underway then. It's Denmark all in red here, and Slovenia in their white strip as the action about to get underway. England, their game to come tonight over on Talksport. Adrian Durham and the gang will bring you that one, all the build-up over on Talksport right now. If you've got the app, you can swipe left and right, but it's live action from Stuttgart here, and the countdown to kick-off is on. Fantastic arena here, the players focused, time for the talking to stop and the action to begin. These last couple of days will have been tight and tense, I'm sure.
Yeah, they would have been. They just want this whistle to blow now, and then everything goes. They're relaxed, they're focused, they just play their game of football, which is what they do best.
We are underway. The ball played forward by Slovenia and flicked on instantly into the edge of the area. And out comes Schmeichel and just bends down on one knee to collect it. All the players will want an early touch here. They want to avoid what happened to Italy yesterday when they conceded in the opening minute, the fastest goal ever at the Euros. But looks like they're going to avoid that fate here today. Yeah,
you can see straight away what Slovenia are doing. You know, that kind of mid-block defensively in that 4-4-2. This is what they've been doing all throughout qualifying and in the friendlies, and it makes them really hard to break down.
It does. The back three of Denmark, they've got the ball now, looking to play out from the back. Andreas Christensen on it now. Barcelona player gets it away to this near side, and Vestergaard comes forward down the left. He'll feed it out on this near side to Christiansen, and Denmark happy to just play and have a little bit of early possession here, and Slovenia refusing to be drawn out of shape at the moment, and they've got to be disciplined.
Absolutely, you have, and Denmark expect this as well. They're going to have a lot of possession, and it's what they do with it. You know, it's going to be hard to break down this rigid 4-4-2, but keep to their philosophy and what they do best.
Well, here's a chance for Denmark. They got in down that left, but Christensen did really well here. There could be a chance into the edge of the area. There's a swing and a miss 10 yards out. It'll break to the edge of the area. Hjulman keeps it. Cross from the right is blocked. Should be dealt with by Slovenia and is dealt with. And now they're looking to counter, but at the moment the white shirts can't get hold of the ball, and it's Christensen who did so well to keep the ball in play, who's got it back. And Denmark looking pretty positive at this point as they get it down now inside the Slovenian half. Slovenia just wanting to get hold of the ball. They can't get hold of it at the moment. They head the ball away edge of the 18-yard box. And finally they'll get it up towards halfway, but at the moment they just can't get out.
No, they can't. And the counter-press is so important as well for Denmark, because that's where they're probably at their most vulnerable, when actually they've got the ball, because Slovenia waited for that moment to win it back and then hit them on the counter. Through
ball was aimed towards Højlund. It's cleared away. Over halfway, headed down nicely by Christiansen. And here is Vestergaard. I think we've seen in the opening 2 minutes here as Højlund is down at the moment and his boots off as well. Now, he went for that challenge. The ball was cleared away from him. And this will be a very big problem for Denmark. I think has he just lost his footing, or as the defender, it was Dakusic who was near him. Oh, he stood right on the back of his ankle. That looks a naughty one. That is a painful one. It's right down the Achilles as well, but the referee is obviously checking. He seems okay, but that one's going to hurt, but he'll run it off. And it's been a really lively start, hasn't it? What you'd expect. Possession obviously for Denmark, but Slovenia, they don't mind. They don't mind conceding possession. You know, you can have the ball in front of them. They're fine with that. It was a bit of a happy accident there for Vanja Durkasic, as he got to put one on Højlund and claim it was an accident that we play on. 0-0 if you've just joined us. We're live on Talksport 2. The Stuttgart Arena for Slovenia against Denmark. 0-0 so far. Mark Wilson with a former England striker, Tash Dowie here. And the ball on halfway, and Denmark dominating the early possession. They're trying to feed the ball forward now. Vind just lays it off on the far side. Good challenge goes in there. That was good work from Gnezda Sherin there in the middle. They've just got to try and win their battles at the minute. Absolutely, it is. It's about 1v1 battles. You go into your game making sure you walk off the pitch having won that 1v1 battle. So that's it. That's all these players can do. Denmark have it on the halfway line. Vestergaard, get the feeling that Vestergaard, Christiansen and Andersen are going to see a lot of it on halfway. It's like we're watching a training session at the moment. Slovenia saying to Denmark, you can have it, but we're not going to engage until you get nearer our goal. And now Slovenia have won it back, but then they lose it instantly. And here's a chance now for Højlund, lays it back, and they're coming out to this near side. And the ball out with Victor Christiansen on this left-hand side. He cuts in. Eriksson is looking for the ball over the top. And it's headed away by Durkasic. But again, Slovenia can't find a second pass. And again, the red shirts are coming forward. Højbjerg has it on this left-hand side. Eriksson just rolls it back. It's keep ball. Slovenia, they've won a couple of challenges, Tash. They just can't keep hold of the ball when they win the challenge. Yeah, Slovenia have to be careful here. But it's okay to obviously sit back and give Denmark this possession, but at some point you have to engage. You know, you have to put a little bit of pressure on and actually possess the ball a little bit. Within the first 5 minutes they haven't touched the ball. This is that much better now by them. It is, and Stojanovic is coming down the right hand side as the counter attack is on. He'll feed it out wide. Here's Andras Sporar, plays it in early. It's cleared away at the near post, and now Vestergaard will look to go the other way, but he runs into trouble and he's turned over the ball. It's won back by Kanišnik on this near side, and just a little bit of scruffy play from both sides, and the referee blows his whistle and says that was a foul for Denmark. Eriksson just had his ankles caught there, and it's still 0-0. Eriksson's going to be key for Denmark today. It might sound obvious, but the way that Slovenia are playing in this 4-4-2, mid-block, deep, no spaces to play through, he is going to be key in breaking this team down. He is the one player in this Denmark team that has that bit of magic to be able to execute but also see a pass that no one else can see. Christiansen has it in the centre circle, just trying to draw Sporar and Šeško forward, but they're having none of it at the moment. Now the ball over the top, the long diagonal, they could be in here. First touch is not bad from Vind. Can he get it out of his feet? He can't initially, then the shot is blocked, and now it's hooked away, and I think the flag eventually went up for offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But I just think as a striker there, Jonas Vind maybe would have wanted to get the shot away a little bit earlier. Shot away earlier, but also, I mean, for me that looks very, very tight. So that's something Slovenia have to be more aware of. But for me, the strikers for Slovenia have to put pressure on the ball quicker. Sporar and Šeško, they're giving the centre-halves way too much time. When they approach that halfway line, you have to then get pressure on the ball. You can't be allowing them to just pick out passes like that, because eventually Denmark are going to hurt you. Very interesting. If that would have gone to VAR, it wasn't a clear-cut offside, was it?
It
very
definitely
close.
Wasn't. Great run, great timing. Like you said, just needed to execute the shot a bit quicker.
Yeah. Slovenia have it. Approaching 7 gone on Talksport 2. Nice little turn there. Lovely work from Šeško. Gets the ball away. They're driving forward, but a good foot in there from Denmark. but now the ball will break on the near side. Kanishnik looks to give and go, lays it back here for Gnezda Sherin, who advances towards the corner of the penalty area. They just go back, they're midway inside the Denmark half here, and now they'll lay it back. And now it's Slovenia's turn to enjoy a little bit of possession in Denmark territory. They're working it to the left, now they're putting an early ball in, but that ball is too deep. One bounce and it goes behind for a goal kick. An apology from Erik Janser, just got too much on it, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, it's a shame, it really is. And again, it's tournament football. These players, for pretty much all of them, this is their debut at our Euros, and I think that decision making there says it all. They've won the ball back for the first time, maybe in the first 10 minutes, and then straight away they've given them possession away, and Janser needs to do better there.
Yeah, long ball forward for Denmark, cleared away. And now the ball picked up by Slovenia, and that's Elshnik who just feeds it out on the left-hand side. Ball forward is intercepted by Christensen, and Denmark get it back again. Victor Christensen, we've seen a lot of him on this left-hand side. Denmark back in possession. Vestergaard has it. We'll look to play it out on this near side. Ball now in the middle. Højbjerg has it, gets it away to Eriksson. Eriksson just looks to feed it to Højlund in the D, edge of the area. He'll feed it out wide on the right hand side. Great chance for a cross and a fantastic block. Well, if Janser was at fault at one end, he's just redeemed himself with a great challenge. It's behind for a corner.
Absolutely, and this is what Denmark need to do. One-touch football, no more than 2 touches everywhere. Little triangles in and around the box, getting it out wide. You see there, Højlund plays it out and then he's attacking that area, and it's just great defending. But if they're going to break the Slovenia team down, that is the type of football that Denmark have to play.
Set piece opportunity then for the Danes. 9 approaching on the clock. 0-0 here on Talksport 2. Ball delivered from the right hand side is headed away at the near post, and they'll retreat back towards the halfway line. And Alexander Barr over on that far side will get the ball back. He's not seen too much of it on that Denmark right. It's all been down the left hand side so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether that's a tactic as well from Slovenia to try and force them down that way, or that's just the way the game's panned out.
0-0 here. England in action later on over on Talksport. And now coming forward come the Danes again, looking to work the ball. Anderson has it, gets it back and feeds it out this near side. Jonas Vind just dropping deeper to try and get it, and already we're seeing a few Danish players swapping positions here, trying to move the Slovenians about.
I think that's going to be key. The movement, the rotation. You can't be rigid in this kind of formation with the way that Slovenia are playing. And also as well, try not to get too frustrated. We talk about Vin dropping in, but as a centre forward, you have to be patient. You have to trust that your midfield players are going to find you. Stay in your position, try and be as disciplined as you can, because they're the kind of areas that you're strongest in.
Yeah, well, Vin has just won a free kick. It's probably about 35 yards out from goal to the left-hand side. Eriksson and Højbjerg are standing over it. The Slovenians are trying to hold a high line, edge of their 18-yard box. So options here. Looks like Eriksson is going to take it. A sea of red behind the goal. The ball whipped in, flicked on, but it's going to be too deep and it will go over the top. Couldn't quite keep the header down there, the Danes, and it remains 0-0.
And I think as well, that's something Slovenia will not want to be doing too often, is giving away cheap free kicks, corners, set pieces. That is what Denmark is so good at. Christian Eriksen, let's be honest, he's probably the best in the business from a dead ball. And that's an area that I actually think Denmark, if they do want to progress in this tournament, an area that they really need to focus on.
Slovenia play it forward, but a towering header from Vestergaard, but it's picked up and then won by Højbjerg, but the referee's blown the whistle, and Højbjerg protests his innocence slightly. I think if he'd have thought that wasn't a foul, he would have been a little bit more aggressive in his complaints. It's a free kick to Slovenia. Yeah,
foul there, but great pressure, front foot pressure. I think Denmark have really started this game nice and lively and haven't given Slovenia really any moment whatsoever.
Stojanovic plays it across field, the ball over on the far side. Malaka has it, he'll go back inside his own half here, and Slovenia now looking to play the ball out to the right. That's a nice pass. Finds Kanishnik, he lays the ball back here. Gnezda Sherin And now Slovenia are just going backwards here. They're happy just to have a little touch of the ball, try and draw Denmark out, and Jan Oblak, all in yellow, has a touch, and he's just happy just to stand there and say, look, let's see what's in front of us. They don't need to chase the game too early.
Absolutely not. And I think the experience of Oblak as well, you know, Atletico Madrid, over 300 appearances for them, captain today, his experience is going to be invalid really. And Gnezda Sherin as well for me in midfield. We talk about Christian Eriksen for Denmark. He is so important for Slovenia in the way that they played every single minute in qualifying. Yeah,
Højbjerg did well there. Vestergaard was taken out by his own teammate Victor Christiansen there, but they're both back up on their feet. And here now is Joachim Andersen. And now back to Christiansen, and a sight we've seen a lot already in the opening 12.5 minutes on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with the former England striker Tash Dowie here, and it's Denmark having the ball just their side of the halfway line. But so far so good for Slovenia. Never won in the finals. They were 3-0 up against Yugoslavia on their tournament debut and somehow managed to draw 3-3. They were looking for a positive start to their campaign, as now on the turn forward come the Danes, and that's a nice turn from Hjulman. He gets it out on the near side to Christiansen, who cuts in off the left-hand sideline. He's 25 yards out from goal. Now he's trying to run down the left edge of the penalty area. He's outnumbered but did well to find a teammate. And they'll keep the ball alive. Højbjerg gets it back. Here's Hjulman. That's a nice pass now. Just a little bit too much on it. Ving couldn't quite get on the end of it, but that was better from Denmark.
I really like the idea. And do you know what I like about Denmark as well? Is it's nice and slow around the back, almost baiting Slovenia into press. And then all of a sudden, it comes alive. It's fast. It's 1-2 touch. It's direct. It's positive. And I really like the way they've actually dictated the speed of their play.
It is 0-0 here. Ball won back by Denmark, but Højlund just couldn't get on the end of the ball forward. He is going to get a throw in though. Across there was Jakob Biol. Knocks the ball out. The Udinese central defender getting his 50th cap today for Slovenia, so proud day for him for sure. Denmark have got a throw in about 10 yards away down their right hand side from the corner flag. They're going to look to put the ball in towards Vin, who flicks it on. He can't find a red shirt. He'll fall to Christiansen, and his shot rather scuffed. That was half a chance there for Denmark.
Half a chance, absolutely. They've had a couple of chances and actually have just rushed the opportunity when it's mattered. I don't know whether that's slight nerves, you know, getting into the game, just a little bit rusty. But that's when you really need your ice-cool heads in those moments.
Sporar wins the flick on from the long ball forward, but there's no one in a white shirt beyond him. But they will pick the ball up here, and now they've got a chance. Midway inside the Danish half, and Šeško was almost played in there, but Denmark do well. And neat little interpass in there from the Danes before they put their foot through it. And the ball up to halfway. That's a shocking challenge there. Referee's trying to play advantage, but that was an awful challenge there from the centre half on Vin. I wonder if it was Biol. The referee's going to have a word with him here, because that was a really poor tackle.
Yeah, that absolutely was. That was, here I am, just to let you know. And he's going to be lucky if he gets away with not getting booked there. He's saying to the ref it's his first tackle, but that really is late. Doesn't even really look like going for the ball there, and actually lucky that Vin isn't more hurt there.
I'm surprised that he has got away with that one, but he has. It remains 0-0. 15 gone at the Stuttgart Arena. Slovenia 0, Denmark 0. Live on Talksport 2. Every game of the Euros live on the Talksport network. As Slovenia look to launch a counter-attack here. Ball played to Šeško now. Plays it infield. They're trying to find Sporar. Couldn't quite find him. They're going to win the ball back though. Lovely sliding challenge goes in from Stojanovic. And here now a chance for the shot from the edge of the area. And it's just wide from Benjamin Šeško. 25 yards out he let fly, and Schmeichel was at full tilt and he couldn't get near it.
I tell you what, I was nearly celebrating that guy. I thought that was going top bin. Half a yard, that is all Šeško needs, and I honestly thought that was in. What an effort. You know, I didn't even think it was on to take the shot, and that's all he needs, one chance, and that's all Slovenia need, one opportunity to attack. That has been their game plan. 4-4-2, defend, get an opportunity to attack Denmark, and that's what they've done. Real warning sign there for Denmark.
If that's on target, Schmeichel's nowhere near it. Just inches wide of the post. And for all the ball that Denmark have had, the first real chance goes the way of Slovenia. It's still 0-0, but a quickly taken throw in here. Could be a chance for Eriksen! And he fires the ball in the back of the net, and Denmark have the lead. Christian Eriksen fires in from close range, a quickly taken throw-in, and he fires it into the bottom corner. Nothing Oblak can do. The Danes go crazy in Stuttgart. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1.
That is a beautifully worked goal. It really is. And I mentioned Christian Eriksen. He's actually had a lot of critics back home in Denmark. You know, should he be playing? Lack of game time at Man United. Is he too old? And I tell you what, he's answered his critics there. And it's actually really clever. It's a quick throw-in. It's a lively throw-in here. Lovely little flick round the corner, and the touch and finish is just superb. That is what he's all about. Well done, Vin, as well, to be able to see that run there. But it's really well taken on the volley. Right foot, bottom corner. Oblak has no chance. And to be honest, Denmark probably deserve to be 1-0 up the way they've started this game.
Well, life, a game of inches and all that. At one end, Slovenia thought they'd scored, and then within 60 seconds, I've got to ask the question, is that a planned move? Because the flick was so good. He did it knowing that Eriksen was going to be there, didn't he, Vin?
Absolutely. Look, as a centre-forward myself, and I was that kind of target centre-forward that loved to hold the ball up, that's what you want. As a number 9, when the ball comes into you, you want your midfield players to work off you. You know, and that's exactly what Eriksen's done. Late run, number 10, lovely little flick, and it's perfect. I would say too easy defensively. Slovenia need to do better, but it's really clever play there.
It is indeed. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. As Slovenia look to try and get down the other end and find an instant response, and the ball is thumped high into the afternoon sky in Stuttgart, and Denmark come down with it. Højbjerg wanted a handball there, and he gets one, just his side of the centre circle. And Denmark, having got the lead now, 19 minutes into this one, are masters of their own destiny in this match.
I think as well the first 20 minutes, I've watched Slovenia pretty closely of late, and I've been a little bit disappointed. I think they've come into this game giving Denmark a little bit too much respect. You know, it's been tight games, they've drawn and they've only lost 2-1 in qualifying. I would have liked them to come out with a little bit more confidence in them, but now they're going to have to do that. Yeah,
well, that is Eriksen's 42nd goal for his country. He's now joint 4th top scorer with Ole Madsen. And now could be a chance the other way. They've got him behind here, Slovenia. Sporar, edge of the area, tries to cross it. Couldn't find a teammate. Christiansen has put it out. The Danes are screaming for an offside. The flag hasn't gone up. I think Sporar could do a little bit better there.
He could do better there. And he looks like he's just on. Looks like the right wing back bar there is playing him on. And actually, if he gets his head up, Šeško's actually checked off. So if he looks up last minute, it's actually the cutback that's required there. But now they've got a good opportunity to get a corner in and to put some pressure on Denmark.
Yeah, set-piece opportunity for Slovenia then. What can they do here? Corner from their right-hand side. All their fans are amassed behind the goal. Referee's just having a word with Kasper Schmeichel. And with Timmy Elshnik as well. There's a ball going to be swung in. And there's the Sherin on the right-hand side. It's going to be an away swinger. Lots of movement from the white shirts. Here comes the delivery towards the penalty spot area. It's headed away. It falls on the volley. It's hit first time. And in the end, Jan's effort takes a deflection, and it's behind for another Slovenian corner.
Yeah, another opportunity. I actually think there the communication could have been better. I think if the big centre half there, Bio, had left it, it looked like then there's a player coming in behind, would have had a clean volley on goal.
20 gone. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. Live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson and Tash Dowie with the commentary as the ball falls to the edge of the area. Is this a planned move? Well, it went to the edge of the area. No one actually went for it. And then the shot was well blocked on that occasion. And Slovenia have it back on the halfway line. Felt a little bit of a wasted opportunity, that one.
Yeah, and these moments aren't going to happen very often. We know Denmark are going to have more of the possession, so you have to make more of your set pieces in the corners.
Yeah, ball now with Slovenia again. They're starting to enjoy a bit of territory. Can they respond? Second finals appearance, yet to win at this level. Had their best ever qualification campaign. They were just behind the Danes, having lost in Copenhagen. Really determined the outcome of the group, but they both came through nicely. Well, they've never in 6 appearances beaten the Danes. And they're behind early on thanks to Christian Eriksen's goal. And now a free kick for Denmark, who are not quite in such a rush to get the ball back in play now. They're going to take their time, as they're entitled to do.
Yeah, this is exactly what Denmark wanted. First goal is so crucial. They can relax and almost dictate play a little bit more now. They're in control. I think Slovenia have to do more to get their key players into the game. The likes of your Spora, Šeško, get the ball forward early, get your main men into the game. They're the ones that are going to get you back into this game.
Ball on halfway. Hjulmand gets it back. And here now is Christensen. Midway inside his own half. Finds Højbjerg. Lots of experience, as we said, in this Danish side. Reached the semi-finals of the last Euros, but failed in the World Cup in 2022, and that's a poor touch from Victor Christensen. That means Slovenia are going to get a cheap throw-in over the halfway line in Denmark's half. Yeah,
that's sloppy. That's just lack of concentration, if I'm being completely honest, and that can happen. Then no one's perfect. They're human beings at the end of the day, but it just allows now Slovenia to regain possession and to now build up and see if they can create something.
Well, we saw from that effort from Benjamin Šeško, they have got threat. They also got into the area through Spora, who couldn't find a teammate. They've had a couple of opportunities, the Slovenians. They've got goals in them. They actually outscored the Danes in the group stage. So we know they can score goals. Scored in both games against Denmark in qualifying as well. So this will have little fear for them. 23 gone, live on Talksport 2. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1.
You actually see as well the way Denmark are defending, very similar to Slovenia. Deep mid-block, I know it's more of a 3-5-2, but they're actually stopping the space in behind because that's where they know the threat is from Slovenia.
Long ball forward, looking to get in behind here. Great touch on the edge of the area, but the second touch not quite so good there from Petr Stojanovic. Looked like his first touch was going to open up an opportunity. The ball, though, kept in play by Slovenia, far side of the ground. Now they're looking to switch it. Kanišnik on this right-hand side, shown the touchline, but opts to cut back in field. And now the ball is with Gnezda Sherin and back to Kanišnik. So Slovenia just starting to up it a little bit here. Yes, they've gone behind, but the response has been a positive one. They've got him behind over on that far side. They'll keep possession here, but Malaka's header was just too heavy, and it's out for a Denmark throw and level with the edge of their own area.
Yeah, the only thing I think that Slovenia is struggling with a little bit, playing this 4-4-2, is the width. They don't have a lot of width out wide when they're getting forward, and then it's really making your front two then work the channels, whereas you want them to stay in the middle of the goal. That's where they're a threat. So they need to really be a bit more patient with keeping the ball and building through the thirds, allowing then the fullbacks to get out wide. Then you can get crosses into your big two main strikers that can get you the goals.
Slovenia have it at the back, looking just to build out onto this near side. Kanišnik looking to get forward down the right. He's looking to play in a good ball. He just find a good ball as well. Spora on the volley. It was a tight angle. He couldn't quite wrap his boot round it, and he slices it wide. The flag had gone up, but he wasn't to know that. Again, it's good play from Slovenia.
And it's clever. It's clever movement from the two number 9s. You see here, Šeško dropping in, bringing in the centre half with him. Then Spora then gets in that space that he's created. Yes, it's offside, but that is brilliant movement. Execution was poor, just didn't kind of bounced up almost when he hit the volley. But Denmark, have to be aware of that.
They've got good mobility up top with Spora and Šeško so far. 59% possession for the Danes, who've had over double the passes that Slovenia have had, but crucially they've got the goal. Christian Eriksen with it, and there's a chance now to break forward, but they've turned over possession, and here comes Slovenia now, and there are 5 white shirts rushing forward, but the ball overhit, and Kasper Schmeichel just stands there and catches it on the edge of his 6-yard box. A shame that for Slovenia, but that's the blueprint, isn't it, that type of break?
Yeah, it is, and it's fascinating to watch because it's just two completely different contrasting styles of play, which I love. Denmark, patient, happy to have it around the back, little bounces into midfield to keep possession, and then they come alive when they get into these types of areas.
Here's Eriksen though on the half turn, plays the ball out wide to Christiansen. First time cross into the area, defender made a bit of a hash of it, but Kanišnik will clear the immediate danger to the edge of the area. Now Slovenia again will look to counter. They wanted a free kick. Šeško goes down in a heap, edge of the centre circle. He's told to get up and get on with it, and Eriksen has it again. The game just starting to open up a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely is. Going back to that playing style, it's fascinating. It's like almost like a game of chess, isn't it? Who's gonna go first? But it's been a really, I think, good quality first kind of 25 minutes to this game.
It has. Ball play back to the keeper, Oblak. And his ball out is a dangerous one. Denmark have got it back. Slovenia wanted a free kick. They don't get one. Early ball in looking for Eriksson. And it's poked behind by Biol. And they were just a little bit on heels again there, Slovenia. They were appealing for a free kick. They need to play to the whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really surprised by Oblak, the captain. The amount of experience that he has at international level and at club level. Biol doesn't want the ball there. He's got his back to goal. He can't see where the defender is. He's under pressure. You've got to clear your lines there. You can't put your centre-half under pressure there. Now they've got another set piece, which I said to you earlier, is where they're at their strongest.
It is. They're a group of 4 on the penalty spot for Denmark. Ball going to be drilled in low, and it's volleyed away by Sporar out to the corner taker on the far side, who fires it in again. A ricochet, and it just goes wide of the post. Well, it was an attempted clearance away there that cannoned off a teammate. It was Malaka's clearance. Well, it was actually Šeško who hits it into Malaka, and Oblak for a horrible moment thought that was nestling in the back of the net. It's still only 1-0.
Yeah, very lucky to get away with that. And again, Christian Eriksen is involved in everything good that's happening with Denmark. A beautiful half volley, almost Trent Alexander style. Another corner.
Eriksen will take it, this time an in-swinger towards the 6-yard box, and Vestergaard got up highest, but he's headed it wide of the target. Still Slovenia 0, Denmark 1, but a couple of opportunities for the Danes to add to their lead there.
Yeah, you sense another goal's coming, don't you? And for me, I sense a Denmark goal. Slovenia can't just keep allowing the pressure to come on. Yes, they've had spells and they've countered well, but the way that they're playing, they're really asking, for kind of Denmark to control too much of this game.
Serbia, England to come in this group. Group C tonight, 8 o'clock kickoff. Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce, the former England captain, alongside Adrian Durham. All the build-up over on Talksport. And Slovenia have the ball back. 28, nearly 29 minutes gone in Stuttgart. And Slovenia are behind here. Well, there have been chances at both ends to add to that goal for Christian Eriksen on 18 minutes. And Eriksen just miscontrolled the ball there midway inside the Slovenian half. And Slovenia happy that goes out for a throw-in.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant defending by Denmark, if I'm being completely honest. Slovenia cannot get out. They're trying to go forward. You see here, they're pressing in numbers, hunting. If one goes, the next one goes in triangles, making it really hard.
Good play from Kanishnik there. Gets the ball spread out wide over on the far side. Jansa looking to play it forward. Sporar was in on goal, and his touch 25 yards out lets him down. A good touch there, and he was in on Schmeichel.
What a ball this is by Jansa. He's got a wonderful left foot, and the gap's too big. You see there, Christiansen's been drawn out of the back three, and there's a huge gap then between the two sides of the three there, and the touch is not like Sporar. He's normally a lot better than that, and that's really half an opportunity that really should be better and potentially could be a shot on goal there.
Yeah, the Panathinaikos man, 12 goals for his country. And now going the other way, Eriksson trying to get on the end of a Højlund flick on, but it's all the way back to Oblak. Look, they might not have got a goal yet, Slovenia, but they've created a couple of opportunities. Twice we've seen Sporar get in behind, and also we've seen the threat of Benjamin Šeško.
Absolutely, and I think this is the key. They have to keep it at 1-0, and this is important. Denmark cannot get the next goal, because then in my opinion that's game over. So as it's 1-0, they've definitely still got chances, and they will create chances. It's just whether or not they can create enough and then take them.
Well, they've given the ball away here, and Eriksen's picked it up on the left-hand side. He feeds it infield. Ball works its way to Højbjerg. He's going to feed it out wide to Barr over on that right-hand touchline. Hjulman now tries to play Barr in behind, but the ball worked back by Jansa, and Oblak first time clears it towards halfway where Højbjerg heads it back. And now a chance edge of the area for Højlund. Can he turn? Does well to get the ball away here to Vin. Vin edge of the area, lays it back to Hjulman. He'll just get it away to Højbjerg, who tried to feed it forward. Now he's turned it over, and the break could well be on here. It's 3-on-3. The ball pushed wide for Sporar. Sporar racing forward to the edge of the area. Can he get the cross in? The Danes retreating. Sliding challenge from Højbjerg. Doesn't get the ball, but it's headed away by Vestergaard. And now the ball back on this near side for Sporar. But again, on the break, Højbjerg there was caught in all sorts of trouble.
And he can't afford to do that. This is what I mean. It sounds crazy, but Denmark are at their most vulnerable when they're in possession, because as soon as that ball is turned over, that is when Slovenia comes alive. So they have to make sure that when they've got comfortable possession, they don't turn it over cheaply like Højbjerg just did.
Still 1-0 to Denmark. If you've just joined us on Talksport 2, 31 gone. That was from the former England striker Tash Dowie covering this one. Christian Eriksen with a lovely finish from close range gave the Danes the lead on 18 minutes. Slovenia, though, have had chances but haven't taken them. Ball played back by Elshnik. The Slovenians come forward again, looking for the big switch of play. It's going to ask a little bit of the fullback Janza, but he brings it down nicely. And they will retain possession, Slovenia. Now they go direct, and they're in behind again here. This time it was Stojanovic who was acrobatically trying to bring the ball down. The ball was never really there for him. But once again, the runners in behind are finding the space.
Absolutely they are. And they've definitely been working on this. You know, the centre-halves having the ball and third-man runs in behind that Denmark back three. And that's where Denmark are vulnerable, especially the way that they play with the wing-backs, and they're quite attack-minded wing-backs. It really leaves those then channels wide open for third-man runs and wide players to make those runs in behind.
32 and a half gone. Live on Talksport 2. Denmark in the lead here in Group C. Serbia, England to come tonight at 8 o'clock. Busy day earlier on. Poland 1, the Netherlands 2. Wout Weghorst with a late winner for the Netherlands to give them a winning start in Group D. Will the Danes be joining them as opening round winners? Well, they lead by a goal to nil. And they're in possession over halfway again here. Ball back to the centre half. Andreas Christensen lays it forward to Barr. Barr now finds Hjulman, who leaves it for Eriksson. Eriksson picks it up 30 yards out from goal. Feeds it down the sideline for Vind. There are three red shirts in the middle. Christensen arriving late at the far post. Couldn't quite get a good header on it. Eriksson will pick it back up. Right hand side of the penalty area. Works it down the right side. Drills in a great ball. And that's fantastic defending. Really good defending from Biel. Puts it behind for a corner with Højlund loitering behind him. Unmarked 6 yards out.
Again, it's that man Eriksson, and Biel is going to be key today for Slovenia. I've been so impressed with watching him in the friendlies. He's been at the heart of everything defensively, absolute rock. But you cannot give Christian Eriksen that much time on the ball. He is going to hurt you. They have to get tighter to him.
Well, he's going to now look to work in a corner, an army of Danish fans behind the goal, hoping to see a second. And the ball comes in, the header towards goal. It'll come across goal. It's picked up by Hjulman on this near side. He lays it back. Nothing there that Anderson could do with it. And now Slovenia are trying to break here. Lovely footwork, but Højbjerg gets back to deny the onrushing Stojanovic. He wanted a free kick. He's not going to get one. That was good play from Højbjerg.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Højbjerg. Not just today, but actually in the friendlies leading up. 3 goals in 3 games for him. Really struggled for game time at Spurs this year. So be able to then turn it on at international football and not really look as if you have been getting lack of game time. Same with Christian Eriksen as well. I've been impressed with both of them.
Yeah, they're busy, aren't they, in the heart of that Danish midfield. Here's Vestergaard now. That's a nice ball. And here again, finding space is Eriksson. Lays off the ball to Vint. As we welcome along listeners on Talksport. Here in Group C, Slovenia 0, Denmark 1, 35 minutes on the clock, and it was Christian Eriksen from a quickly taken throw in, a beautiful flick from Jonas Vind. Eriksen had one touch and then fired the ball in the bottom corner. There have been chances though at the other end. The highly rated Benjamin Šeško just before the Danish goal fired inches wide of the target. Former England striker Tash Dowie is alongside me. And Tash, the Danes are in front, but Slovenia have had plenty of opportunities.
Absolutely. I think the game has really played out exactly how we would have predicted it. Denmark controlling the game, having a lot more possession, happy to do that. But Slovenia really happy to sit back in that 4-4-2 and hit on the counter-attack. And they've looked a real threat when Denmark have lost possession. And it really is 2 completely different, contrasting styles of play.
Yeah, 36 gone here. The kick-off of Group C on Talksport 2. And it's Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. So Denmark in front then here. Ball out for a throw-in over on the far side. 9 to go. Matthias Kek looks on. he'd be heartened by a lot of what he's seen. They just haven't quite found that last ball. It's either been a bit too high or miscontrolled, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and I think what I'll be saying at half-time to this Slovenia team, they have to believe more. Believe in yourself. You know, you've got results against this team. You've drawn against this team, you know, in qualification. Believe in yourself, and I see a bit more of that now. And if they do, I honestly think that they can get themselves back in this game.
Slovenia have it on the far side, their left-hand side, as we look on here. Ball now played out on this near side. Kanishnik has it. He's going to put in a ball. Sporar got in front of his defender there, and it's headed behind at the far post by Bar. Well, he didn't get the connection he would have wanted, Andras Sporar, but he caught Yannick Vestergaard napping there. Corner Slovenia.
Yeah, both the centre forwards for Slovenia have caused the three, you know, centre halves for Denmark real problems. Šeško and Sporar. 3v2, but I tell you what, at times it's probably felt like 5v3 with their movement, their agility, you know, their dynamicness, you know, and good bodies in the box there as well for Slovenia.
Chance here, 8 minutes to go to the break, live on Talksport 2. Slovenia with a set-piece opportunity. They play it short to the near post. Now they're going to work it out to the left-hand side. They square the ball, almost reluctant to put it into the area. Now they'll stand up the ball towards the far post. It's headed down. Sporar on the volley, 14 yards out, and he scuffs his shot. Well, it was a bit of a long-winded way to get it to Sporar, and the offside flag eventually has gone up. They almost seemed reluctant to put it in the box, maybe a little bit worried by the height of Denmark, but again, that was half a chance for Sporar. Didn't connect cleanly. Yeah,
that was definitely a training ground set piece, the way that they worked that, and Beal just inches offside, and if you want it to fall to anyone, it would be Sporar or Šeško, but he's completely miskicked it, maybe on his weaker foot, his left foot. But those half chances, these Slovenian players, they have to take a breath, they have to relax, because they're not going to get many opportunities like that, and they have to make more of them.
Ball played forward on this near side. Denmark have it. Leading by a goal to nil. Christian Eriksen. You can all remember the first Euro game that Denmark had in the last campaign, and what happened there for Christian Eriksen. Well, it's a different picture this year, as his goal has the Danes in front, and he's flicking the ball away to Hjulman, and now the red shirts flood over the halfway line. Hjulman now finds Vin. Vin now looks to get the ball away, lays it back on the edge of the centre circle. Højbjerg wants it. Eriksen again has found a little pocket of space 25 yards out from goal, but they'll go wide on the right. Here's Bar. Had the opportunity to put it in. He'll play it down the sideline. Here's Eriksen. Tries to pull it back for Bar. And it works back to Eriksen. Big danger here. Eriksen, left-footed shot blocked. Will it fall for Christiansen? Edge of the area it will. On the left-hand side. Just edges out towards the touchline. Retains possession for Denmark. Every time Eriksen gets it, you think something's going to happen.
Absolutely. He's been player of the match so far by a mile for me. And what Denmark have done so well as well is they're playing on the back shoulders. They're playing in between the channels. You know, so it's very hard to then pick up.
Here is Christiansen down the left. Got support if he needs it. Højbjerg has it. He's going to float it in on his right foot. Great run from Bar. Comes off a defender. And I think the whistle has gone. In fact, it's gone out for a corner. Slovenia were appealing for a free kick there for a foul on Janza. The referee's having none of it.
How much time on the ball for Højbjerg to put that ball in? I mean, it's a great run there by Bar, who's a very attack-minded wing-back anyway, but far too much time. You know, Højbjerg and Christian Eriksen are the key players for Denmark. Slovenia must have known that coming into this game, but they're really allowing them to kind of run the show at the moment.
Yeah, Alexander Bar, the Benfica wing-back. Now a corner for Denmark, leading by a goal to nil. Eriksen's delivery, Oblak, good punch, clears it away nicely. It'll be straight to a red shirt on the edge of the centre circle. And that's Victor Christiansen on this near side, and he eventually is going to go back to Schmeichel, who's way out of his penalty area here. 5 to go to the break, live on Talksport 2. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport 2, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Denmark have it again. Can they snatch a second before the break? That would certainly please Kasper Hjulman, the Denmark boss. His side have had plenty of food for thought, despite the fact that they lead, but they've also looked very good going forward. And I think as an English fan watching this, you think, hang on, these two are not bad.
Absolutely. I think this group is wide open. I really do. I think Serbia are going to be strong as well. But I think both managers will be pretty happy at half-time, if I'm being completely honest. I think the Denmark manager, Hjulmand, will be happy they're 1-0 up because he knows how strong the Slovenia team are. But also, Keck will know that his team is still in this game. At 1-0, they are definitely in this game, and they've got players on the pitch that can hurt this Denmark team come the second half.
3.5 to go to the break of the 45. Ball played over the top. Kanishnik did well to clear it away, but now Stanovic needs a bit of support as he faces his own goal. It's cleared away by Dekusic, but picked up again by Eriksson, and forward comes Eriksson. Is he going to unleash a shot? He is, but it's well blocked in the end. It'll fall to Hjulmand, who finds Højbjerg, and the Danes are having more of the ball again here. They had to weather a little bit of a Slovenian storm after they went in front, but they're coming back here towards the end of the half, and they're ending it on top here. Can they add a second goal on Talksport 2? Neat interpassing as they look to try and work the Slovenians. Anderson thought about throwing it into the box and then thought better of it. Christensen just waits. They're trying to draw Slovenia out of shape here, but the Slovenians aren't biting. They're just saying to Denmark, you can have it there, we don't want it. And it's a game of patience at the moment for Slovenia. Can they hold on to the break here?
I think this is good play as well by Denmark. It's experienced play. You know, you've got 2 minutes till half-time. See the game out. You know, you're 1-0 up. Just keep possession.
Well, they might get it back here. Vince got it down the left-hand side of the area, pulls it back, and he's fired over by Eriksson. 12 yards out on his left foot. He just leant back and he chastises himself. He knows he should have hit the target there, but that was patient build-up, and Eriksson, probably the man they would have wanted to have the shot, he's put it over. Yeah,
that's not like Christian Eriksson at all. Brilliant play there by Vin down the left-hand side to cut it back. And like you said, if you wanted anyone on the pitch to get on the end of that cross, it is Eriksson. He could have even taken the touch, to be honest. He had that much time. Lifted up, leaning back, poor technique, and really that should be 2-0 to Denmark.
Yeah. It's still Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. 2 to go to the break at the Stuttgart Arena. Free kick for Slovenia. Joachim Andersen not happy with that decision. The Crystal Palace defender. And if what we're hearing on Talksport about the team news for England tonight, there's going to be a lot of Palace players in action today at the Euros.
Absolutely, yeah. It's brilliant to see. Obviously, my uncle used to be at Crystal Palace, and I know Gary Issa, who runs the Crystal Palace Academy, and the players that they're bringing through, they're doing a great job there.
Yeah. Can Slovenia level things up here? Free kick floated towards the edge of the area, towards the far post. Beal can't get on the end of it. It's headed away. Here's Højlund. Edge of the area. Does well to retain possession. Højbjerg tidies up nicely. Finds Barr. Barr slides it down the right touchline for Eriksson, who's almost got a licence to roam here. He looks to switch play, but the ball is intercepted, although they're coming back for a foul on Eriksson. 10 yards over the halfway line, and it's the Danes who'll get one more crack at the Slovenian goal. Yeah,
good refereeing there. You know, no advantage played. You can see it's a foul. Eriksson's pulled down and he loses footing. Actually quite clever play by Kanishnik there to almost slow momentum down. And really, you kind of see it ending the first half really 1-0 here. But it's been a great first half of football, very entertaining.
It has. You'd argue again, as we did when Beal made that crunching tackle earlier on, that Kanishnik could have quite easily gone in the book for that. It was a blatant pull back on Eriksson, but we play on. And now the ball on halfway. Højbjerg has it. Not been too many stoppages in play. Be interesting how long he's added on here. Jonas Vind has it. Edge of the area, lays it back to Højbjerg down this near side. Looks to get it away to Christensen. And we're into 1 added on minute here. Can the Danes add to their lead? 1-0. Courtesy of that Christian Eriksson goal. Ball in the centre circle. It's a strange one here, because despite the fact that Denmark are in front, I think both managers will be quite happy at half-time with what they've seen from their side in the opening 45 minutes of their tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think also if you look at the benches, the likes of Poulsen, you know, Delaney, you've got Simon Kerr if you need some experience to see a game out. Same with Horvat and Kurtic for Slovenia. You know, there's some key players on the bench that can come on and really make a difference.
Yeah, ball into the edge of the Slovenian area. Barr driving forward down the right-hand side. Not long left here. They might need to get this one into the box sooner rather than later. And the ball hooked away by Slovenia. Šeško can't control it. Almost happy to head it away towards halfway. And the minute now has been played. And the referee decides at the Stuttgart Arena that will do it. and it's the Danish support who rise as Christian Eriksen's goal has the Danes in front. Slovenia under pressure early on, but they really created the first genuine opportunity. Benjamin Šeško, just seconds before Eriksen scored at the other end, fired a shot 25 yards out, inches wide of Schmeichel's post, with a Danish keeper beaten all ends up. But then up the other end, a quickly taken throw in, the lovely flick from Jonas Vind, and there was Eriksen, neat control, lovely finish, gave Oblak no chance. The Danes almost had a second when a clearance was misdirected and almost bounced into Malaka's own goal. It went just the right side of the post as far as he's concerned. At the other end, we've seen Andras Sporar get into the box a couple of times, hasn't quite been able to provide the finish. All in all, though, pretty decent first half, Tash.
Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed it. Everything that I expected, if I'm being completely honest. I've been really impressed with Christian Eriksen. Everyone knows about him, but I think his story is phenomenal, and to see him back playing football and looking at his best is great to see. I think he's been really the difference between the two teams right now. He's shown experience, he's shown someone that's been there, done it, know what it takes. And yeah, I think overall probably Denmark deserve to be winning 1-0. However, Slovenia really are a threat. They really are on that counter with the likes of Sporar and Šeško, who have goals, massive goals. All they need is half a chance. Denmark will be aware of that, and Denmark will know that they have to get another goal. 1-0 will not be enough.
Yeah, both teams have scored in their two meetings in qualification. Will it be the case? We will find out. All the second half action to come. We'll build up as well to England's game tonight against Serbia, but a very interesting start to Group C at the Stuttgart Arena. At half-time, it's Slovenia 0, Denmark 1.
Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
An emphatic finish.
This is Talksport 2.
Euro Game Day Live on Talksport 2 with Carly, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Strength comes from confidence, both on and off the pitch. And confidence starts with self-care. Upgrade your game with Dove Men Plus Care Advanced 72-hour sweat protection antiperspirant deodorant and Dove Men Plus Care 24-hour nourishing body wash. Perfect for your post-match shower. Now available in new eucalyptus and mint long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let confidence last with Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders are 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
Get match ready with club card prices. Like milk chocolate Toblerone, now £2.75, down from £5.50. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel to lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Toblerone, 360 grams, majority of larger stores, ends 16th of June. Club Card or app required.
I need to get snacks. I need to get drinks. Should have done this beforehand. I need to get treats. Gotta find a BP. Gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates say won't like me. Gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great saves.
Adam in the car 1, hungry mates 0.
BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
I tell you what, Jeff, it's been some journey, but here they are, just moments away from the whistle.
Absolutely. There's been twists, there's been turns, not to mention that parking of the bus. But as the clock runs down, I think they're going to make it.
It goes to show that you can really handle the pressure when your tyres are performing.
I'm home. Has the game started yet?
Top performance.
Driving home for the match? Keep your tyres in peak condition. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quickfit. Drive away happy every time.
When Andre sold his car on finance with Motorway, he got more money. Ooh! He then put that extra money into tickets to follow his team around the country. Come on, lads! Selling on Motorway was completely stress-free, which is more than I can say about being a supporter of... Yes! Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claims.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by Talksport 2 with Burger King. What's better than a last-minute winner? A crispy chicken royale delivered straight to your door.
Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
It's game on.
This is Talksport 2.
UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
It's a magnificent goal.
Tomorrow afternoon from 2, uninterrupted, on-location commentary of Romania versus Ukraine.
And it's gone in.
Soccer punch your summer.
On Talksport 2.
Talksport Podcast League. Outspoken, the best of White and Jordan.
Radio's sharpest sports debate, triple distilled into one unmissable daily download.
How much of a game changer is this going to be?
White versus Jordan, now with added time.
We want to see a proper fight.
A sublime strike partnership of White.
Give us your gut feeling.
And Shade.
Players aren't good enough, coach isn't good enough, board isn't good enough.
Outspoken.
No, that's hard, isn't it? That's harsh.
Out now.
You can only be offended if you choose to be.
Listen or download for free from your favourite podcast portal.
Talksport 2.
Energizing ball-by-ball, kick-by-kick coverage of the biggest tournament in European football.
It is game on.
Euro Game Day Live.
On Talksport 2.
Achtung, baby.
Half-time in the second game of the day at the Euros earlier on. The Netherlands came from behind to beat Poland by 2-1, but in the kickoff of Group C, we're at half-time here, and it's Denmark who lead Slovenia by 1-0. Let's take a look at the half-time highlights with Carling.
Half-time highlights on Talksport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Start of Group C. England will play both these two teams over the next few days. And here now a chance for the shot from the edge of the area. And it's just wide from Benjamin Šeško, 25 yards out.
Half a yard, that is all Šeško needs. And I honestly thought that was in. What an effort.
It's still 0-0, but a quickly taken throw in here. Could be a chance for Eriksson! And he fires the ball in the back of the net.
Oblak has no chance. And to be honest, Denmark probably deserve to be 1-0 up the way they've started this game.
Borrow on the volley. It was a tight angle. He couldn't quite wrap his boot round it. Yeah, those were the half-time highlights. Thanks to Carling, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Right, half-time here then in the second game. Let's get the latest odds with William Hill.
In the Zone on Talksport 2 with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, outright odds in the 90-minute betting. Slovenia 20-1, the draw 5-1. Denmark 1-6. Got lots of enhanced offers at William Hill. Denmark to win by 2-0 is 3-1. Jonas Finter scored the second goal. That's been enhanced to 6-1. That's all thanks to William Hill. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
In the Zone on Talksport 2 with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, busy day of action here at the Euros. Half-time here at the Stuttgart Arena, and it is Denmark who lead by 1-0. Well, later on this evening over on TalkSport, you can hear live commentary of England as they take on Serbia in their Euro 2024 opener. Ahead of the game, Three Lions boss Gareth Southgate has been telling TalkSport's England correspondent Faye Carruthers what they can expect from their opponents this evening.
Well, a dangerous front line. They get bodies forward quickly. They can play, but they can also play in a quite direct manner as well. So they mix their game up, and they're pretty solid defensively as well. So they're a really, really tough test for the first game.
When our comms team have looked back on their opponents and what they've done, they tend to match up a bigger opponent, a tougher opponent. Are you expecting them to match up with four at the back tomorrow?
Not sure, really. I mean, that hasn't been what they did in their last couple of matches, and but you can never tell. Teams can change, and that's one of the things we've got used to. You can prepare for one thing, and a team can do something completely different. So, yeah, we have to wait and see when we get the team sheet.
Yeah, we will be waiting for that team news. You'll hear it as soon as it breaks over on Talksport with Adrian Durham and the gang. And one player surely going to be involved tonight for England is Harry Kane. He's been telling us all about his emotions coming into the Euros.
Yeah, I think a bit of everything. There's excitement, there's a bit of nerves, there's just anticipation to see what's going to happen. But I think a lot of us are used to it now. Of course, we've got some younger players and some newer players in the squad, which the experienced ones like me and quite a few others will try and help and try and keep calm. But ultimately, we're here to play football, and that's what we all do for a living. So it's just kind of getting that mindset that go out there and be free and be confident, and the way you've played for your clubs all year has earned you the spot here to be in this in the 26-man squad. So just kind of we're a good bond. We're a good togetherness amongst each other. We hang out throughout the hotel, and I think everyone's just, now we've travelled, it's starting to get real, and it's a long night, a long day waiting for the game tomorrow. But again, we're all pretty used to that with the European game. So just into your normal routines now and get ready for the game.
Yeah, well, the wait for Harry and England is almost over. 8 o'clock tonight, Serbia against England, live from Euro 2024 over on Talksport, presented by Adrian Durham, commentary from Jim Proudfoot and the former England skipper Stuart Pearce, our commentary team for that one. Tash Dowie, former England striker, is alongside us. What do you make of England's opportunity to win this tournament, and how do you think they'll fare tonight?
Yeah, to win the tournament is a big ask. I definitely think they're one of the favourites, but I think already you can see with the likes of Spain, they look really strong. They look some teams in really good form. They're favourites tonight, and I expect them to win tonight with the quality that they have. But again, you talk about Denmark, Slovenia, it won't be an easy game. No game in this tournament is going to be easy. But I just think England are going to have too much with the likes of Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane. You can name a handful, and I think on the day they'll be too strong for Serbia, and really they're expected to win. They need to win really if they're going to then progress through and gain momentum moving forward in the tournament.
Okay, that game is live tonight. Plenty more live commentaries to come. Don't forget, every game live from the Euros across the Talksport network. Tomorrow we kick off at 2 o'clock. Romania take on Ukraine. Kevin Hatchard, one of our fantastic European experts, he's alongside the former Liverpool striker Courtney Sweetman-Kerr. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff live on Talksport 2. Then a double-header over on Talksport. Belgium get their campaign underway against Slovakia. Natalie Sawyer will be alongside Nigel Adderley and the former England striker Dean Ashton for that one. And then we round off the night, Austria against France, live on Talksport. 8 o'clock kickoff. Hugh Wizencroft is with Joe Shannon and the former Scotland striker Chris Uwalumo. More to come as well on Tuesday. Turkey, Georgia, Portugal against the Czech Republic. And then we're into the second round of games. Croatia against Albania, both sides beaten on the opening round of games. They take on each other on Wednesday, and Germany take on Hungary on Wednesday evening. All that to come. Plenty of live action. If you've got the Talksport app, you'll not miss any of the football in action over the next few weeks. And what a few weeks it promises to be. Right, second half in Stuttgart is almost upon us. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. Start off with the Danes. Got off to a good start. Christian Eriksen dominating. I think out of the 8 shots Denmark have had, he's had 4 shots himself and 3 assists, if you like, to the shot. He's been heavily involved, and he got the goal, of course.
Yeah, he's having fun. He looks like he's having fun out there. It looks like it's almost his first tournament, but it's his 6th tournament. And I think that is the big difference right now. Christian Eriksen's 6th major tournament. For Slovenia, for all of them, it's their first major tournament. And I think really he has been the difference maker in everything. He's dictated play from deep, he's dictated play from in and around the box, he's been the one creating from set pieces, from dead balls, and he's got the goal. For me, Slovenia need to do more to keep him quiet. Yes, there's more threats as well to Denmark. He isn't the only one, but if they want to get back in the game, keep Eriksen as quiet as you possibly can, and you need to then get Šeško and Spora more involved, because they are your 2 main threats.
Yeah. The next game's in this group, obviously after Serbia take on England tonight. Slovenia against Serbia, 2 o'clock on Thursday, Munich, and then we go to Frankfurt for Denmark against England. So Denmark will fancy, they get a win here today, get something out of that, they're virtually through.
Yeah, I think no disrespect to teams in this group, but they'll be knowing that England are heavily favourites to progress in number 1 spot, so they're fighting for number 2 spot. And games like this are key. Games like this are important. You get the 3 points, get goals, clean sheets, all those things that matter. So again, we talk about half-time. I do think both managers are actually, in a weird way, going to be really happy with how both of their teams have performed.
Yeah, well, we mentioned that both teams had scored in the 2 previous meetings. These 2 met, of course, in the same qualifying group where Denmark finished on top, courtesy of a better head-to-head record because they had a win and a draw against Slovenia. But Slovenia have shown that they know what it takes to score against Denmark, and I'm with you. I think Denmark are going to need another goal here.
Yeah, 100%. I said it would be tight. I predicted it 2-1. I think that definitely still could be the case. I'd be very surprised if Slovenia don't score in this game. I think they really have looked lively on the counter. I think at times that back 3 for Denmark have been a little bit all over the place, especially with the likes of Simon Kerr not being there, that captain. I think maybe we'll see him featured in the game later on, especially if Denmark need to see the game out.
Well, we're back, or about to get back underway. Denmark all in red, the all white of Slovenia. Can't see any changes yet either at half-time, and both managers happy to go with how they started. And here come the Danes, straight from the kick-off. Hjulman looking to get it out. We'll give you the teams in a moment. It's Denmark have it on this near side with Andersen, who goes back to Christiansen. And he gets it to Vestergaard. Well, that's the back 3. Schmeichel's in goal. It is Vestergaard, Andersen and Christiansen at the back for the Danes. Victor Christiansen, Højbjerg, Hjulman and Barr across the middle. Eriksson in that number 10 role behind Rasmus Højlund and Jonas Vind up top. And a neat little flick round the corner earns a throw-in for Denmark just over the halfway line. For Slovenia, they've got Jan Oblak in goal. A back 4 of Jan Zabiel, Dakusic and Karnišnik at the back. Across the middle, Stojanovic, Gnezda Sherin, Elshnik and Malaka, and up front Šeško and Sporo prove themselves to be a real handful in that first half. Just got a slight stoppage in play, but we're back underway, and Oblak will get the ball out on this near side to Jansa, and he earns a throw-in. Minute gone, second half then, as you were. They have got the threat, Slovenia. It's going to be interesting how Denmark look to try and stop that threat in the second half, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's key. I really do. I think they've been getting in third-man runs in behind too easy. The front 2 getting in behind too easy. Firstly, get pressure on the ball to stop that supply, but also then you need to either track your runners or you need to block those runners getting in behind, because better touches, better runs, better timings, then they could have got a goal, and there definitely was lots of threats from Slovenia in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah. Both sets of fans are making plenty of noise here. Referee's just having a word with a couple of players on the field. Andersen's having a bit of a running battle, I think, with Šeško at the moment. Referee just wanted a word with those 2. Šeško has shown his threat with that long-range effort, not quite being able to get him in front of goal just yet, barring that one chance. As the ball is flicked on to Vin, who nice layoff here, and now Højlund is on the run, just one in front of him. He's looking to try and go round. That's a great sliding challenge there. The Kusic comes up with a good block, but here now is Vin down the right side of the penalty area. The Danes looking for a second goal, and Vin not really sure what he was trying to do there, just try to roll it past the defender. There was another white shirt behind him, and they thump it clear for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's really the first time Højlund's actually been able to get half-turned and get at the Slovenian back line, and really positive play there. Actually, I think he took his touch a bit too early, too soon.
Well, we almost saw a carbon copy of the goal there. A quickly taken throw-in. Vin with another flick on. This time was a little bit high for Eriksson, but he was there waiting for it. Well, that's certainly one now that we're coming to expect from Denmark. And this time, Slovenia survive. 1-0, Denmark lead here. Ball over the far side was looking for Højlund. It's cleared away. Picked up on the far side by Petar Stojanovic. And he loses control. And Denmark have made a bright start opening few minutes to this second half.
Again, it's the pressing. Front-footed. Not really giving Slovenia any time in the ball, wanting to regain possession and attack as soon as they possibly can.
Ball left-hand side for Denmark. They have it now, looking to advance towards the edge of the penalty area. Over on that far touchline, they'll keep the ball and come back towards halfway. Vestergaard will get it out on that far touchline. Christiansen gets it, and now he will go back. And there is Eriksson just linking up, joining the dots in the centre circle. I think he has just been given a free rein wherever he thinks the ball will go, but they've turned it over here, and now there's a chance for Šeško, who's wrestled by Hillman, and he's going to get the first yellow card, and that's for a pull of the shirt. He might well say, well, how come the other guy didn't get booked in the first half? But Hillman is the first booking of the match.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and he doesn't look happy with that. It's a professional foul. Yeah, he just literally stops the momentum there, and it's clever because Šeško's a real threat going forward there. Hillman's had a terrific season at club level. He really does. He deserves his start today. But yeah, great play by Šeško. Half turn, strong, positive, rolling the midfield player. I'm really enjoying watching these front two for Slovenia.
Yeah, they're a handful. They are a handful. Can they engineer enough opportunities to get them in front of goal? Šeško did really well there. Avoids Anderson. Ball played over the top. They're trying to get Šeško in behind. There's a little bit of hesitation there, and in the end, Christensen just hooks the ball away to safety and out for a throw in near side.
Yeah, he's actually lucky he doesn't catch him with his studs there. He doesn't actually see where Šeško is, and that's actually quite a naughty tackle there. It catches him mid-drift, and actually Šeško does well to not roll around and make a bit more of a meal of that. Janza with his long throw now. I saw this in the friendlies leading up to the tournament. This is a real weapon that Slovenia have as well.
Well, he's telling his own teammates to go further away from him so he can really launch this one into the area. Schmeichel is trying to point his defenders where he wants them. Here comes a long throw. It is into the 6-yard box. It's allowed to bounce, and Schmeichel, I think in the end, has made a save. Now, Slovenia are appealing for a penalty here, but that ball bounced in the 6-yard box, and I think this might be getting looked at, although the referee is saying to Beal, just calm down a moment here. The long throw not dealt with. Vestergaard at the far post. Does it hit him on the under his arm or on his side? I think it hits him on his back, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. But Denmark surely knew about Janza's long throw. That is probably a big reason why he's playing today at left back. You know, he can get that distance. It's almost like a set piece. You know, it looks like he's going on the other side as well to take it from this side. Same again.
Yeah, it wasn't a low throw. It was quite a high one. I thought Schmeichel may have come and tried to get that. He didn't, and almost got caught out in the end. Ball, this time he's arrowed in. Schmeichel comes, punches, falls, headed into the area. Chance for Beal. He couldn't finish it. He'll keep it in on the near side. Now he puts the cross to the far post. There's nobody there in a white shirt, and it goes behind. And again, Slovenia are appealing for a penalty. I don't think they're going to get one, but if Beal could have got something, anything on that could have been the equaliser.
Yeah, it's close. The goal is coming. And again, it's there. Šeško challenging well for Schmeichel. They're first to the second balls, first to the third balls. And that could get looked at there. It's a little bit of a swipe by Anderson there on Spora, and he's gone down there, and I would be surprised if that's not looked at.
Well, the more you look at it on a replay, the more clumsy it looks. Anderson has gone into the back of Spora, and they are having a look at this as a potential penalty for Slovenia, and it's not pretty from Anderson. His heart will be in his mouth at the moment.
Yeah, I think the only thing is maybe doesn't get contact. He air swings almost, but he is lucky, because I think if he gets contact there on Spora, then that's definitely a penalty. But they'll be looking to try and create more of those opportunities, Slovenia, and get some more long throws put into the box.
Well, they've had a look and they've checked it, and we move on. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1, but Slovenia are a constant threat in this game. Remember, the top two automatically go through to the last 16, as do the best 4 third-place teams. Serbia, England to come tonight on Talksport with Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce, as Hoyland was trying to get away down the far side, but there's Dakusic who gets it back to his keeper, Oblak. He's not really had a lot to do, Oblak. Didn't really have a chance with a goal either, as Slovenia work it forward, but they've conceded a free kick. They're not happy about that. Højbjerg it is, and there's going to be another yellow card here, and that goes against Stojanovic, and the referee, having been quite lenient in the first 45 minutes, has decided it's time to get the yellow cards out.
I actually think that's a little bit harsh, if I'm being completely honest. The touch is poor. It's good then pressing here, but I think it's a free kick. I don't think there's any malicious play in that at all, if I'm being honest. It's a free kick. I think a yellow card is harsh, and you can see why he's not happy with that decision at all.
I have to say, I completely agree. It is a free kick, really, and a free kick only. Well, if he's going down that route, we could be seeing quite a few cards in this second half. Eriksson stood over the free kick. It's left-hand side of the field. He's 35 yards out from goal, maybe a little bit more, just to the left of the penalty area. And now he's going to look to swing the ball in. Slovenia holding a high line here. Eriksson will flick the ball in. It's flicked on. Danger here, and it's just the wrong side of the post. Christiansen's header came off for Slovenia, and that might have kept it out of the back of the net. That was a lovely flick on there at the near post.
It is. It's great defending by, again, the man, Biel. He has been so important for Slovenia today. If that wasn't for him, then that's 2-0 to Denmark.
Eriksson looking to swing this one in. A set-piece wizard. Can he deliver again for Denmark? Towards the far post. Good header away there. Good header from Biel. Oh, now a foul. That looked like a foul by Stojanovic, who's just gone in the book here. And it's a free kick for a foul on Bar. That was a little bit unnecessary, wasn't it?
Yeah, and again, it's his experience. That is. I mean, if anything, that's probably more of a yellow card than what his yellow card was. You know, and to me, it's just stupidity. Your team's 1-0 down. You're still in the game. You know, something like that, you could get a red card and then it's game over, really, and Denmark are in full control. So you need to keep your head a bit. I think a little bit of frustration's creeping in there.
Yeah. Bar was running at full tilt away to the sideline, 2 metres in from touch, and he got bundled over. Now a free kick. And Eriksson is there. And he's going to take it, and he will whip it towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Cleared away, half cleared away, and then thump clear towards the edge of the centre circle. Flicked on back into the edge of the area here. There's a chance for Højlund, 25 yards out. Good last-ditch tackle again from Biel, but the ball breaks to Eriksson, who's got support outside him. Anderson's actually done well to keep that in play, and Denmark will retain possession here. 10 gone second half. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with a former England striker, Tash Dowie. All the action from the Stuttgart Arena. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. But an open game here. Nice dummy from Eriksson. Read well by Højlund, who goes down. Ball breaks towards Bar. He feeds it into Vin, and the ball put behind by Biel, and it's another Danish corner.
I tell you what, nothing much has changed from first half. Very similar. Denmark dominating possession. If anything, actually, I think Slovenia dropped off this second half. Haven't had much of the ball. Haven't really threatened on the counter. You almost feel a Denmark second goal is coming.
Yeah. Well, it's well over half an hour. For all the pressure that Slovenia have had in various parts, it's over half an hour in game time since they had a shot. So they might want to rectify that. Eriksson is stood over yet another Danish corner. Whips it in towards the 6-yard box. Good header away by Slovenia, and it's going to be picked up on halfway by Christiansen. They'll eventually go all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel, who will now come midway inside his own half. Looks to pass the ball out wide on the near side, and Eriksson is there. And Eriksson, wherever he's on the field, seems to always have that little bit of time.
Oh, it's a pleasure to watch someone like him play. You know, someone that, just like you said, exactly that. Looks like he has all the time in the world, but he doesn't. It's just awareness, it's positioning, it's knowing where to be and when to be. And today it feels like he's everywhere, if I'm being completely honest.
Ball played forward by Denmark, headed away by the Kusic, who probably had a little bit more time than he thought there, and in the end they've turned over possession on halfway. And here now, over on the far side, is Christiansen. He earns a throw in, and you just wonder when Slovenia and Matthias Keck might think about making some changes here. We're 57 minutes into this one and there's still a goal behind.
Yeah, I think they look a little bit tired, if I'm being honest. I think Denmark are really stepping up the pressure, stepping up the quality and intensity. So I think there'll be changes sooner rather than later for Slovenia, around the 60-minute mark for sure.
Yeah, well, the ball is on halfway, and at the moment Slovenia can't get out of their own half. Trailing by that Christian Eriksson goal to 0. Serbia, England to come tonight in this group. As Bar looks to just nudge it down the line. This ball's still in play. Eventually it will roll out. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. We've just seen Matthias Keck looking quite uptight. Kasper Højlund looks like he's, just sat in the park watching a will go by, doesn't he, at the minute?
Yeah, but he definitely won't be at 1-0. Even though it's very comfortable right now and it only looks like one team's going to win this game, he knows from what he's seen in the first half that the likes of Seško, Spora, they only need half a chance. So they're well aware that this game is not over.
Good challenge forward, but Šeško couldn't control it. It was head high, and the ball's hammered out of play. Oh no, it's not. It's hammered over on the far side. I thought Schmeichel was that nonchalant. He was kicking it out of play, but it was a volleyed pass that found Christensen on halfway. And now Vestergaard has it. Well, Slovenia at some point are going to have to chase the game. They are going to have to break out of their shape and try and win the ball back high up the field. They're not doing that at the moment. You're live on Talksport 2, 59 on the clock. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. And now there could be a chance here. And they'll earn a throw in. That was better from Jan Malaka on this left-hand side. Earns a throw in over halfway.
And I think this is where maybe Slovenia are going to struggle. Coming into this tournament, the smallest nation, the lowest ranked nation, is the depth, the squad depth that they've got. When you look at the Denmark and the players they've got on the bench and how experience they've got on the bench, whereas Slovenia haven't got that. So really, to be honest, Kek is probably going to want to be playing this starting 11 for the 90 minutes, but he's going to have to trust his squad, and he's going to have to make changes and hope that they can make an impact.
Yeah, Slovenia have it over the halfway line. They'll go back inside their own half here. Beal has been heavily involved, has it. He will play it forward now. Šeško tried to lay it off, but he was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. They need to find a way to get him more involved, don't they?
Yeah, and he needs to be a bit more alert to that, though. I think sometimes as a number 9, when you're not involved as much, a little bit of laziness creeps in. And that there, you can't be offside there. You need to become a little bit more alive and be ready for your team when they need you, because you're under pressure. They need you then to be able to keep the ball and allow them to have a bit more possession.
Well, that was half an opportunity to break forward there, but the ball to Sporar was hit far too hard. And they did have a little bit of forward progress there, and they didn't quite find a pass on the end of it.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing. I've been in teams where we dominate possession as a number 9. It's great, you're going to get opportunity chances. And then on the flip side, when you don't touch the ball, when you're defending for most of the game, when you do regain possession, it's very hard to be able to switch that mentality. But they need to tidy up Slovenia when they do win the possession back. It's been a bit too sloppy this second half.
Yeah, Šeško is outstanding in qualification, 18 goals as well for Leipzig in 42 games, so his numbers stack up. They need to get him in front of goal a little bit more. They've not been able to do it just yet. 1-0 Denmark lead, 61 on the clock here. And the ball over on the Danish left-hand side. Another neat little dummy there. And the ball recycled over on that left-hand side. Denmark in control as it stands, but as Tash said, at 1-0, anything can happen here. Now they're looking for a second. Here's Finn. Gets it out wide on the left-hand side. Hoyland waits in the middle. The cross is above and beyond him. And he'll go all the way out for a throw-in on the near side. Still 1-0.
Yeah, he's definitely not the one you want out wide, putting the cross into the box. You want him the one getting in the box, attacking things. But, it really has been quite poor by Slovenia. I've been a bit disappointed. I thought at half-time, they'd really come out thinking we're still in this game. We can have a go here. But really for the first kind of 20 minutes, it's been all Denmark. And probably Denmark are really wishing they got number 2 goal, which they know they need desperately.
Yeah. Well, there's still a long way to go. 28 minutes plus any added on time.
I've noticed the body language as well of a couple of the Slovenia players. Nesna Sharin as well talked about how important he is in midfield for them. His body language, throwing arms up in the air, a bit of frustration. You can't show that. You have to stay together and be united as a team.
Yeah. There's a long way in this group to go. This is only the opening round of fixtures. Serbia, England to come tonight, live on Talksport with Adrian Durham and the team. And that's a good interception there. Beal it was who stepped in on halfway. Play on. Here now is Sporar. Sporar just turns away from goal and goes back in his own half. But they have got the ball back, Slovenia. All in white. And now they'll come across to this near side. Elshnik has it. He's encouraged to go forward. He's winding up across. It's not a bad ball in as well. It's headed away. Good header away from Denmark. Eriksson picks it up and the red shirts have it again. But that was better. At least there was some intent to get the ball into the penalty area.
It was better, but then what Slovenia need to do better than is picking up on second balls. If you know you're going to go long into the box and potentially it's a 50-50, then you need to then get up and make sure you pick up seconds. But they don't. They allow the ball to go in. They don't win the first ball, and then they're really open, and it allows Denmark then to counter, obviously, and then win a free kick high up the pitch.
Yeah. Ball on halfway. Denmark have it. Still leading by that Eriksson goal to 0. I think there's more goals in this game. But who are going to get them? Again, Slovenia have pinched the ball high up the field. They fire it forward to Šeško, who does well actually, because that was a poor ball in. He just got outnumbered in the end. It looked like he'd beat one defender, and now it's the Danes through Højbjerg who are going forward here. Advances to the edge of the area. Cross comes in for Højlund. Great save on Black. Right on the 6-yard line. Danger not done. Shot comes in, and it hit Vind. I think the Danish player actually stopped the shot going goal bound. Now another cross comes in through the 6-yard box. Should be dealt with, isn't. Højlund can't bring it down, and then commits the foul. Referee will say play on, but a huge opportunity. And Oblak was brave and keeps Slovenia in this match.
That is, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a world-class save. It really is. That is phenomenal. You know, I'm thinking that's 2-0. There's not really much more Højlund can do there in the number 9 role. Brilliant save there. He's really kept his team in the game, Oblak, and you can see why he's the captain. You can see why he's got over 300 appearances for Atletico Madrid, why he's been nominated Ballon d'Ors. Brilliant save. Yeah, it was. Now there's a Slovenian player down. Jonas Vind was the aggressor in that challenge, and the referee has a word with him. But Oblak, who's not had a lot to do here, but when that ball comes in, you have to say the movement from Højlund was first class. He's found the space. There wasn't a lot of it. And as he gets the shot away, I think it's Biol and Oblak that got a bit of that, but Oblak with a great save. Yeah, it is. I'm going to be super critical of the number 9 because I don't think he could do much more, but maybe look to try and dink it there. You know the keeper's going to come out and spread themselves and be big. Can you be a little bit clever with yourself and maybe just a little dink over him there? But yeah, terrific save. I'm not going to take anything away from that. Well, we said at the start, one of the best in the business, and he comes up with a top save to keep his country in this game. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1, live on Talksport 2. 25 remaining at the Stuttgart Arena. Ball over the top. Sporar's got in behind Anderson. Keeps it in on the left-hand side. He's looking for a teammate. A white shirt finds one, and it's headed wide in the end. And it was Adam Ganezda-Sherin. If he puts that on target, that was the equaliser. It's the 3 main men that we spoke about and highlighted. Sporar, brilliant run down the channel on the left. A late run from the midfield player, Ganezda-Sherin. And I tell you, I don't think he could do much more there. I think, if anything, he's got up maybe a little bit too early. He's hanging in the air, and then he then really struggles to kind of almost direct it. He's almost flicked it where he needs to head it back where it's come from. It's come off the side of his head there, but that is probably the best chance that Slovenia have had this second half. And again, it comes from them getting Sporar in behind, and now the changes are coming here. Stojanovic has been booked, has gone off. Now we see Benjamin Verbic of Panathinaikos coming on. So the first change is made by Slovenia. Yeah, good player. Really good player. If I'm looking at the bench, the likes of Horvat, Kurtic, and yes, absolutely, this guy coming on, Verbic, I think he's going to be someone that potentially could be a difference maker for this Slovenia team. Well, the game is still in the balance here. Denmark lead by a goal to 0, but as it's just been shown there, that lead is a slender one. Here, though, is Eriksson going the other way. Looks to feed Christiansen down the left. Tries to pull it back. Ball just poked out of play over on the far side, and Christiansen actually did well there. And it was poked out of play on that far touchline side by Kanishnik. Throwing for Denmark. But chances in a matter of a minute at both ends of the field. Ball here works its way to Eriksson. Eriksson tries to fire the volley and just couldn't, again, gets underneath it and puts it over the top. I mean, I'm shaking my head here how Slovenia have not switched on to these. Every single time it's the long throw into Vin, Eriksson or a midfield player is working off of him. You have to double up on the big number 9. Get someone in front of him so that they can't just throw it into his feet. Yeah, it's a pretty blatant tactic. They're not trying to hide it, are they? But like you said, it's working, so why change it? You'd like to think that Gareth Southgate might be a little bit more savvy when it comes to Thursday and Denmark meet England. Denmark again looking to take a quick throw in, and again Vin gets it, and again he finds Eriksson. It's like we're watching it on repeat. There's no better feeling as a number 9 when that happens. You know, when you know you've got the better of the centre halves, when you know that you're strong, they can't handle your physicality, that you're really the kind of main player that people are looking for. He's having a really good game, Vin. It could be a counter-attack though here. Šeško tries to get it to Verbic, who's bundled over. Referee's not having any of that. Bar
Well, it certainly made contact with the substitute Verbic, but the referee was having none of it.
Yeah, I think it's a correct call. I think Verbic is tough as a sub coming on, with 20 odd minutes to go, to get into the pace of the game. It's going to take him probably a good 5 to 10 minutes, but he needs to try and find his feet as quick as he can.
Yep, he does. 21 minutes remaining here. Ball won back by Slovenia. Now they get it to Šeško. This time he's fouled, and it was Andreas Christensen who brought him down. Have a little bumping match.
It's nice awareness, though. Do you see there the way that he takes the picture, looks over his shoulder, can see the defender looking to try and nick it, and he just uses his body to almost roll him down the right-hand side. It's really good centre-forward play there to win your team a free kick.
They're not done yet, Slovenia. Far from it here. Now they've got a free kick. Again, they're reluctant to put it into the area first time of asking. They'll do it now. Sporaz made a good run in behind, but Anderson made a good header, and the ball hooked away towards halfway, and Højlund does well to bring it down. He finds Eriksson, who finds Finn, and now Eriksson is away. Eriksson being chased, gets it away to Højlund on the far side, cutting in towards the edge of the area, tries to go round his man and earns a corner. Good direct running from Rasmus Højlund, and it's a corner on the break for Denmark.
You almost think nothing's happening in the game, and then within seconds attacks are happening, shots are happening, corners are being won. Just seeing here, someone in the Slovenia bench is getting booked, so must have been letting the Lionel referee know that he's not happy with something, so a yellow card there for a staff member.
Yeah.
Looks like it's the assistant coach.
Yeah, it does. Corner here for Denmark, though. The Slovenian fans are amassed behind the goal, hoping that the red shirts won't get anything on the end of this one. They're lining up Denmark here. They've looked a threat from set pieces. Ball to the far post, and it's a free header in the end for Jonas Vind, and he's put it over the top.
Yeah, that looked an easy header. I'd like to see that again. It's again Eriksson, great ball. Yeah, that's poor, really poor by the centre forward. I don't know whether he's put off by Christiansen jumping for it, and maybe he's taken his eyes off of it, but he's completely mistimed that. It's hit off the side of his head, and he's 3-4 yards out. Free header. Really should be doing much better there.
Yeah. Slovenia playing out from the back. On that right-hand side, defensively, they'll play it towards the edge of the penalty area. You are listening to Euro Game Day Live on Talksport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Ball on halfway. Slovenia trailing by 1-0. Christian Eriksen on 18 minutes. Eriksen being at the heart of everything that his side have produced. Good header from Šeško. Finally, the white shirts are starting to push forward now. Here they come with Verbic on the left. Cuts in onto his right foot. Decides not to put it into the mix. And again, they've got plenty of white shirts forward here, Slovenia. They're being patient. They're not panicking. And that's a credit to them for that. Ball out wide on the right, on halfway and over. Back towards halfway they go. They're just not going to give it away unnecessarily, but then when they do play the pass, there's a miscommunication and they do give it away. And now Denmark, if they want to, can break. And the referee, I think, was very lenient there in the amount of time he gave there, because Hjulmand had a couple of touches and then almost fell over. But the referee deemed that the earlier foul was a foul, and it's a free kick for Denmark.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with your analysis there with regards to Slovenia. They are patient and they're not panicking because they know they've got plenty of time still. 20 minutes in football is a long, long time. You're still in the game. You've kept it at 1-0, even though I think, personally, second half they've been quite poor. But again, they're growing into the game. Can they finish this second half strong?
Well, we are about to see a Slovenian change. We saw Jorik Stankovic getting ready. He's about to come on. Interesting who he comes on for. The Sturm Graz can play defence or in that holding role in the midfield. Now this is interesting. Slovenia have got a free kick about 25 yards out, left-hand side of the penalty area. Anderson it is. I think he's had a bit of a tough afternoon, Anderson, today.
Yep. Absolutely agree with you. I think all three of the centre halves, I think they've really missed the leadership of Simon Kerr. All three have a lot of experience too, especially in the Premier League. One just being promoted with Leicester, but I think they've really struggled with the two up front for Slovenia. And if anything, I actually think Seško and Spora have had the better of them three, if I'm being honest.
They have. So the free kick, Eriksson is stood right on the corner of the Danish penalty area. It's the left-hand side as Slovenia attack. Erik Janser looks like he's going to deliver this one in. Ball whipped in. It's a great ball, and there's nobody there to tuck it in. They were arriving. Spora arrived late and misses the target. That was a fantastic ball into the area, and Slovenia really should have equalised.
It is a wonderful ball. I'm just seeing who's got the end of that. Is it Bior or is it Spora? I think it's Spora that's just got his foot, a toe on the end of it. He's got to score. If anything, even leave it, I think it's going in, but he's almost got too much on it. He needs to open up his right foot and just allow almost the weight of the free kick to then cushion it in, but he's got too much on it, and really that should be 1-1. Massive chance wasted there by Slovenia.
Yeah, I wonder if Seško might have been offside. They might have had a look at that one. Here come the changes then. Two of them. One of the players making way is Jan Malaka. He is going off. His afternoon is done. He is replaced. Oncoming young Goran Stankovic into the action. And also going off is Elsnik. Who hasn't really been overly involved, has he, today? Also coming on is Jan Sela.
Yeah, both players going off haven't really been able to impact the game they would have liked to, if I'm honest. So, big 15 minutes, can these two coming on have more of an impact?
Ball going to be with Slovenia. 15 to go here, live on Talksport 2. Remember, in this group tonight, Group C, live on Talksport, Serbia, England to come. Gareth Southgate's team will get their Euro 2024 campaign underway. Every game live across the Talksport network. Everything covered. As the ball played forward for Slovenia. Here's Seško, picks it up. He's going to have a crack. Oh, he's hit the post from 25 yards out. The keeper again was beaten. We've not seen a lot of Seško tonight, but he has beaten Schmeichel all ends up. But Schmeichel saved by the woodwork.
I mean, he can't do any more. It is brilliant play. Spora wins the first touch, half volley, hits it. That deserves to go in. There is nothing more he could do. You can understand now why the likes of Arsenal have been after this player. What a player he has been today. Fully deserves his goal. I think he's been brilliant up front and inches away from making it 1-1. But again, massive opportunity.
Ball flicked in. Here, fall to the edge of the area for Slovenia. Hit, deflected and in! Goal for Slovenia! They've levelled it up. It's Erik Janser who shot from the edge of the area, took the slices of deflections. Denmark have their heads in their hands. Slovenian joy in Germany. It's Slovenia 1, Denmark 1.
Oh, it's brilliant. It really is. And you know what? Fully deserved. Denmark knew the 1-0 was not enough. I said it earlier, this Slovenia team has goals, especially with the two up front. I didn't expect Jansen to get involved in it, but what a hit. And it's come from obviously the corner. They don't win the first, but they get on the second, and he hits it. I think it gets a deflection, but you see it's a great corner here. Denmark get it away, but they don't get out quick enough. And it does take a deflection. There's nothing Schmeichel can do, but 1-1, what an end of this game now. It's game on.
It is game on. It comes off the unfortunate Hjulman. Wrong foot Schmeichel. As my old mate in Talksport, Neil Redfern, always says, Tash, if you don't shoot, you won't score.
Absolutely, yeah. As a centre forward myself, yeah. You've got to. You know, your team's 1-0 down. You've got nothing to lose. You need to get something out of the game. And he's gone for it, and that's what's happened. I don't think anyone saw this result coming, and that's what's great about tournament football.
It is. We have got 12 minutes remaining here of normal time. And it's Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. And now Seško comes forward. And I think if you're honest, if there's any sporting justice, the effort from Seško was fully deserving of a goal. Slovenia didn't have to wait too long. And now they're looking for a second here. They're looking to turn this game on its head. They've never won a game in the Euros finals. Are they on the verge of history? Here's the goal scorer now, puts in a great ball. Spora misses with a first effort and balloons his second over the top. He's had a few chances tonight, Andras Spora. The ball just won't drop for him.
Yeah, he hasn't had his shooting boots on today, Spora. But he'll keep going. And that's what I love about the Slovenian team, is that they'll, time and time again, chances will be missed, but they'll keep going and they'll get the reward. And I tell you what, the momentum now has flipped. From Denmark being in complete control 1-0 up, this goal has really changed momentum. And this Slovenia team now look more like the team that are going to go on and get the winner.
Yeah, well, we mentioned right at the start, 24 years ago they made their debut at the Euros. They were 3-0 up against Yugoslavia and found a way to draw. Are they going to this time produce a comeback of their own? 11 remaining. All of a sudden, Maciej Kek looks a little bit more animated in a positive way now. And Hjulmand, well, that walk in the park's not looking quite so leisurely now.
Højlund can't get into the game either. I think he's been a really frustrated figure up front. Vin's been more involved, but they haven't been able to get Højlund into this game, who really is their main threat for scoring goals, Denmark.
Oh, Šeško is penalised. That's a little bit too much contact on Andreas Christensen. Well, I think those that knew about Benjamin Šeško before it will be feeling quite proud that they did realise what a player he was, but I think now he is, in the eyes of everybody, what a player. 2 efforts on goal tonight, could easily have had 2 goals from distance, but now Denmark have got themselves a corner. Bar up against Biol. Biol's not happy.
It's getting feisty now, I love it. You know, both teams want to win the game, which is what I love as well. You know, they've not come here for a draw. Both teams want the 3 points. So you can see that with the way that they're attacking the game.
The Danes have looked dangerous at set pieces. They've created a couple of half chances. Can they create one here? They've been pegged back. There's 10 remaining at the Stuttgart Arena. Live on Talksport 2. Eriksson to deliver towards the far post. A header back across goal. Oblak clutches Vestergaard's header just under the crossbar. Routine save. And all of a sudden that save from Oblak, what, about 10-15 minutes ago, looks even more vital now.
Absolutely, spot on. You know, moments in games, moments that can change games, big moments. You know, for strikers it's scoring goals, for goalies it's saving saves like that. You know, key player.
Well, it's been some great games so far. Are we about to get another grandstand image? Sporar's got him behind. He's in on goal, tight angle, side netting. He got in behind. I think he's going to get a corner. He's saying that Schmeichel maybe took a touch off the defender. It looked like he was going to get beaten to the ball, and all of a sudden he's got past Vestergaard, really tight angle, gets his shot away, and he's got a corner.
Oh, I mean, he should never get to that ball. So the pace to get there in the first place, but then the technique is all wrong. I know Schmeichel gets a glove to it, but you have to go back across goal. You're never scoring near post, so you have to hit it low across the goal there, but credit to him to not give up on that and to make something of it and now win a corner.
He is quite happy to chase lost causes in the Andras Sporar. And it's a corner now. And the Danish fans all of a sudden are on edge here. Never lost to Slovenia. Slovenia have got a corner here and it's whipped in, but Schmeichel collects it. No white shirt anywhere near him. Too easy for the former Leicester keeper.
Yeah, poor delivery that. Big bodies up there, white shirts, and you hit it straight at Schmeichel's hands. Again, a really wasted opportunity there for Slovenia when the momentum really was with them.
Yeah, it was indeed. Former England international Tash Dowie with us on Talksport tonight. 8 minutes remaining. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. Serbia, England to come over on Talksport with Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce.
I still feel like there's going to be a winner. I really do. I just don't know what team it's going to be for.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a really good game. Now the changes come for the Danes. Josef Poulsen, the experienced Poulsen, is about to come on, as is Kasper Dolberg. So changes here for the Danes, and Rasmus Højlund, one of those going off. Had that chance when he was denied by that final black save. Other than that, hasn't had too many sighters on goal.
Well, when I say about which way the game's going to go, well, these 3 players definitely can create something. You know, the likes of Poulsen, we know that he's got goals in him. So I think this really shows the intent by Denmark. You know, they need a goal. 3 massive changes with probably 10 minutes with extra time, 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, Norgard is the other one who comes on for Højbjerg. So changes made by the Danes. We saw the Netherlands get a late winner. Wout Weghorst came on as a substitute and won the game for the Netherlands against Poland earlier on. That was on Talksport. Who's going to be the hero here? Or will it be honours even 1-1 with just over 6 minutes of the 90 to go? To be fair, there's hardly been a stoppage in the game, has there? So can't imagine there's going to be that much added on time.
No, the ref's done really well as well at allowing play to flow, and both teams have done well as well.
Well, now there's a yellow card coming out here for Jan Seller. I don't think he can have too many complaints about that either, as he chops down an advancing Dane, and he goes into the book. Pretty straightforward, that one for the referee. We've only had, and this is what we want to see and hear on the Talksport network, only one clean sheet so far in this tournament. That was for Spain when they beat Croatia yesterday. Hopefully England can add to that list as well, but we want to see goals, don't we?
We do, yeah, absolutely. As a centre forward, I love goals. Managers would say different, they want clean sheets. But yeah, I think for entertainment value, goals are always great.
Yeah, 1-1 here. Eriksson had the Danes in front on 18 minutes, and then Erik Jansson's deflected shot on 77 has levelled this game up. Is there going to be a winner? Well, Slovenia have won it. Šeško brings it down and he gives it away, which is disappointing for him. Now the Danes have it on halfway. They'll look to feed it forward. Here's Poulsen operating on the right for Denmark. Cuts infield now. Weaving his way forward, gets it away to Eriksson. Is he going to shoot? No, he's going to try and feed the ball through here. Little give and go on the edge of the area. Eriksson was looking for it back, didn't get it back. Dolberg beaten to it, but the Danes have it back here. 5 minutes remaining on Talksport 2. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. Here now is Norgard. Gets it into the edge of the area. Poulsen lays it back. Shot comes in, but it's straight at Oblak. Not enough power in the shot from Hjulman. And it remains 1-1.
Yeah, not enough power, but lovely play again. Patient play. Nice little hold-up play by the number 9 there. Pin, little set, and just poor technique in the end on his weaker foot, left foot, straight at the keeper. All Blacks going to save that very easily.
Yes, indeed. Are we going to get a winner? Is there going to be late drama? I've just seen a replay of that shot from Šeško. That's twice. And when you think how good Kasper Schmeichel is, from 25 yards out, he's absolutely left him for dead, hasn't he?
There's no better feeling when you hit a half volley like that. And like you said, with your point, valid point that I think they deserve that goal from that effort. And it's great to see the fans celebrating the way they are. You know, just they're not here to make up numbers, and I think that is what they've shown today. I think a lot of people have underestimated them, but they are here. They're here. They want to progress. They want to try and make history.
Yeah. Well, I'm not envying your task of picking our player of the match shortly, but you might want to get your thinking cap on. We'll have a look at that one after the game, because we're not quite sure which way this one's going to go yet. But there's a free kick here for Slovenia. Sporar was bundled over, about 35 yards out from goal. Pretty central. They're going to float it in towards the far post. Biola got him behind, but the ball didn't quite reach him, though. Did he have a push out there against Denmark? Well, Poulsen's nicked it away from him anyway. And if he looks up, Eriksson had made a great run, but didn't find him. And Eriksson's saying, put it over the top. Still 1-1. And now any slip, any moment of brilliance could be crucial. Sporar has it over on the far side. Lays it back here for Kanishnik. He puts the ball in. It's headed towards goal. I think it's come off a Danish defender, has it? Well, the Verbic has gone down holding the back of his head. Norgard is protesting. Not quite sure what the referee's going to come up with here. But either way, the Danish fans are not happy.
Yeah, it's just a 50-50. I think you have to jump up. You have to use your arms as a bit of momentum. And I don't see much in that at all, if I'm being honest. I think the forward there is probably trying to get something that I don't think he deserves. So, referee, good call there.
Erik Janssen with the equaliser. He scored in the 2-1 defeat in Copenhagen when they met in qualifying. Well, they had a 2-1 and a 1-1 in qualification. Denmark coming out on top of that little mini-series that meant they qualified top of the group. Who's going to come out on top here on Talksport 2? All the action from Stuttgart. It's 1-1. Been a really decent game of football. Two teams that will give their running in this group. And what they both know is if it does end even, then they're all right in the battle to get out of the group. Crossfield switch for Denmark doesn't work. I don't know what you think. I think if there is going to be a winner, it's probably going to be Slovenia.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Denmark look a little bit nervy now. They know that they were favourites, heavy favourites to get the 3 points here today. And probably favourites to progress out of the group. So this is going to be a real shock result if it does end 1-1.
Hjulman is replaced by the very experienced Thomas Delaney. Hjulman had a decent game. All with Slovenia. Play it forward. Did they keep it in on the far side? They did. Trying to work it over halfway. Bit of head tennis and shoes. Nice ball forward. Sporar couldn't get on the end of it. Vestergaard just heads it back from where it came. It will be interesting how long we get added on here. I can't imagine it'll be too long. It's been a decent game of football, played in a good spirit given what's at stake for these two teams. And Denmark put the ball forward. One back on halfway by Jon Goran Stankovic. Ball played forward, trying to get in behind again was Sporar. He'll run after everything he certainly has done tonight. And now the ball here with Verbic. Verbic advances. He skips his way past one. Lays it back here. Chance for Šeško. Back to goal. He's going to square it unselfishly. They're going to hit it from distance. It was just too high from Karnišnik. It was worth the effort as we go into 4 added on minutes in the Stuttgart Arena. Ambitious. But as we said earlier, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
I'm still racking my brain as to who I'm going to give player of the match to. First half, it would have been very easy. Second half, it's definitely been a lot harder.
It has. We'll have a chat about that one at full time. We're into 4 minutes added on time. Mark Wilson and Tash Dowie, former England striker. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. 3.5 minutes remaining. Denmark have it. Need to get the ball forward. They have it on this near side with Barr. Barr lays it back to Eriksson. Can he produce more magic? Looks for the crossfield switch. It's not the worst ball in the world, but Karnišnik does well to get it away and out for a throw-in.
This is when the minutes really do drag out. 1 minute feels like about 20 minutes now, especially when you're trying to see the game out, and a point for Slovenia is massive. Not so much for Denmark, but right now Slovenia will be happier with the point. Yeah, they will. Ball whipped in towards the edge of the area, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and Poulsen just couldn't get on the end of it, and it goes behind. It's moments like this, Tash, when I'm glad we're neutral. We're watching. Everyone in the ground should be enjoying it. It's horrendous for everyone. They're not sure whether they're going to win, lose or draw. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the worst. Your heartbeat's going. No one's sitting down in the stadium telling you that now. This guy's not even watching. He's that nervous. Well, he's got the megaphone. He needs to whip up the Danish fans. 1-1. Nearly 2 of the minimum 4 added on minutes have gone here. Remember, Serbia, England to come tonight over on Talksport. Denmark have it. Can they fashion up one more chance? Can they break Slovenia's hearts? Ball played forward towards the edge of the area. It's flicked on by Poulsen. Over on the far side. Marler gets it. He gets it away. Chance for the shot from the edge of the area. It's across towards the far post, headed away by Slovenia. There are a lot of red shirts in the area there. Šeško is back helping out, and he eventually does just enough, and the ball is behind for a Slovenian goal kick. That was hard in mouth time. There are a lot of red shirts waiting for a cross there. It is. I think from a neutral, I think a draw's fair. I think 1-1 actually, the way the game's gone, I think that's a fair result. You could say that Denmark controlled a lot of the game, but I think Slovenia, with the way that they played on the counter, they played exciting football. They really tried to have a go as well. I think overall it's a fair result if it does end like this. If it does, there's a minute left, just over. Slovenia coming forward, but the pass not the best to the full-back Karnišnik, who just knocks it long, and in behind, the back pass, not a good one. Sporar was after it, and Schmeichel was alert and quickly clears it up towards halfway. That was another worrying moment for the Danes, who now have got more defending to do, but the ball played forward by Stankovic will just roll towards the corner flag and out for a goal kick. Denmark
Their fans looked very glum indeed. They were ahead courtesy of Eriksen's goal on 18 minutes, and they looked pretty good value for that. But we then saw a wonderful effort crack against the woodwork from Benjamin Šeško, and shortly after that a deflected effort. Erik Janss's third goal in just 11 games for his country. 2 of those have come against Denmark. As finally Spora and Šeško are given a rest, and I think this is now Matthias Keck saying, what we have, we hold.
Yeah, brilliant. Both of them, ran their socks into the ground. Šeško, for me, more involvement, but Spora had a few half chances, did not stop running. As a number 9, when you do miss those type of chances, you can easily hide. You can easily hold your head in your hands and not get involved, but he didn't. He was involved heavily throughout.
Yeah. Now Rakalo. Jasmin Kurtic get a couple of seconds out on the field. We're into added on time of added on time now. It's 1-1 hit in Stuttgart. Slovenia yet to win in a Euros final, but this will feel like a win, and that is it. It is honours even in the opening game in Group C. Warm embraces on the Slovenian bench. They were behind early on. Christian Eriksen with a lovely finish from a quickly taken, well-worked throw-in. But then, in the second half, Slovenia, as they chased the game, they crashed against the woodwork with Šeško. And then Erik Janss's shot deflected past Schmeichel with 13 minutes remaining. But I don't think anyone can deny that Slovenia, in the end, were good value for their point. It ends in Stuttgart. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. Your thoughts, on that, Tash Dowie?
Brilliant game. Thoroughly deserved, the draw in the end. I'm going to give you my man of the match. It's tough. I'm that eager to tell you.
Yeah, don't tell me yet. Tell me what you made of the game as a whole.
No, it's been brilliant. It really has. I think that I love the contrasting style of plays, the way that Denmark possessed the ball, the way they tried to go through the thirds. Heavily involved Eriksen, the main man, really in the first half, the key player in the first half. But then Slovenia, their game plan, 4-4-2, mid-block, looking to hit Denmark on the counter with the likes of Spora, Šeško with their runs in behind, and they did that. They did it to perfection, and they deserved the goal in the end with Jansa getting that goal in the second half. And I do think overall a draw is a fair result.
Yeah, it ends here 1-1, and let's take a look at the King performance thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on Talksport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Right, Tash Dowie, now you get to tell us who your player of the match is. Who are you going for?
I had 3. Bijol, Eriksen and Šeško, and it was really tough between Eriksen and Šeško. Eriksen definitely first half controlled the game, got his goal, but I think with how much of an underdog Slovenia was today, 57th, Denmark 21st in the world, they really didn't have any right to try and get a result here today, but they did. So I'm going to go for Šeško, even though he didn't get the goal, he didn't get an assist, but he was heavily involved in everything good that Slovenia did today. And really the goal gained from his absolutely wonder half volley bolt that hit the post, and then they scored from the corner after that. So maybe I'm being biased being a striker, but Šeško, I can understand why everyone is wanting this guy signed.
Yeah, Benjamin Šeško is our player of the match. That was our King Performance pick in association with Burger King.